What is your I wish I had started doing that earlier in my life? Saving money. Getting in a habit of exercising. Eating right. Forcing myself to be less lazy, more active. Not caring what others think. The best time to start doing these things is early. The second best time to start doing these things is today. Not caring what people thought of me as much. Still trying. Hey, want a tip? Notice how you only think about the things you do. Do I look weird? Did I say a bad joke? Are they thinking about me, etc.? All that time spent unnecessarily caring, well, it's all about you. And how often do you think like that about other people? Very rarely. And even if someone else does something embarrassing, you don't even give a shit, you're just glad it wasn't you. Well, likewise, everyone else is thinking the same thing. They're not thinking of the goofy embarrassing thing you did, they're thinking about themselves. And even if you did do something embarrassing, they don't really give a shit, they're just focused on themselves. All that shit that goes on in your head that, like, are these people judging me type of thing. Well, everyone else is thinking the same thing about themselves. So when you're thinking, that person's looking at me, do I look normal? Well, that person is usually thinking the exact same thing about themselves. My feelings exactly. And my theory for why young people get so caught up in this is that parents, and teachers to some extent, do care about every little thing you do. They're trying to make you a better person, so they are constantly evaluating, praising, correcting, etc. And so you get used to this. But what they forget to teach you is that, aside from them, nobody cares about you at all. Start giving myself more credit. Always thought being self-critical made me work harder. It just made me miserable. Skincare and gym. Working out, if I am being honest. I still haven't started but wish I did sooner. Let down my guard enough to even begin a romantic relationship. The responsibility was too frightening. Shit, that's how I feel now. I got one more year of college and I keep telling myself, don't worry about finding someone, you will be graduated and gone in a year, so there's no point. I'm afraid I'll keep making those excuses till I'm dead. Saving money. I grew up pretty poor, and my family had to spend it while we got it mentality. Never learned how to properly budget and just starting to work on it in my mid-20s. I'm in the same boat, friend. I always worked seasonal jobs, so it was either feast or famine when it came to work and money. I had the same mentality, spend it while the money is rolling in still. I'm approaching 30 and I barely have $2,000 in the bank. If I had even saved $20 a week for 3 years, I would have already surpassed what I've got now. Really makes you think about things when you start looking at houses and go, man, I wish I had that cash I spent on stupid bullshit for a down payment. I'm sort of in the opposite side. I grew up poor, so I don't do anything for fun or go places because I am petrified something will happen at some point that will cost me a lot of money, so I don't want to spend it on anything. Taking better care of my teeth. I really regret not taking dental health seriously because now I have 2 broken molars and other problems with my teeth that will probably end up costing me a lot of money to fix. Believing in myself. I wish I stopped doubting myself. Are you sure? I don't like you. Learning a different language. I finally started learning another language at 42. It is great. My only regret is that I didn't do it earlier. Dieting better. It's amazing how different your body and mind feels when you eat healthier. Sleeping at a reasonable hour. I still struggle with it because I've had this messed up sleep schedule for so long. It's definitely worth it though, no more headaches in the middle of the day, and I'm much more productive. I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but if my words can help just one person, I'll be satisfied. A lot of people keep saying how they wish they cared less about what people thought about them, but this kind of thing doesn't just come out of nowhere. You can't just will into existence the not caring thing. A lot of people are missing the driving force behind not giving much credence to what people say about you. It's a symptom of something much deeper. They are missing a certain level of love for themselves. For example, if you spend most of your life being insecure about how weird your personality is, you aren't really comfortable in your own skin, are you? As a result, self-esteem issues arise and you start to seek validation from external sources, those around you, because you aren't getting it from you. You need to learn how to love yourself first and foremost, and then auxiliary issues such as social anxiety, insecurity, and how important others' opinions of you are kind of just sort themselves out. Running. I've lost weight, my blood pressure is lower, and it's a great way to clear my mind. It's truly amazing, but always make sure to not overtrain, have a good form while running and warm up properly as well as stretch afterwards. I messed up my hip a bit by not doing any of these. A lot of people I know tends to ignore those things. Losing weight. It would have been easier to get under control when it wasn't that bad. Even now, it really isn't too far gone. It still would have been easier to bounce back physically had I done it sooner in life though. If I lose weight, I'm going to have loose skin and extra saggy boobs. It's disappointing. I also would have enjoyed my life more and probably had a serious relationship instead of being single and friendless at 23 because few people want to be seen with the fat girl. However, typing this out made me realize I still have the opportunity to change and I can still have those things if I work really hard at helping myself. Thanks for reminding me. Saying no. Go on a date with my boyfriend the first time he asked me out. What made you say yes the second time? The gun. You are funny. Getting reasonable amounts of sleep. Yup, I was underslept for years, and I was irritable, unable to focus, and unmotivated. I changed my sleep schedule 5 months ago to get an extra hour a night, and now I feel great. My relationship with my kids has improved, and my work productivity is way up. It's like free, legal performance-enhancing drugs your body makes every night. Eating healthy and exercising. I'm 40 and have all sorts of issues due to an extremely poor diet as a child. Don't be like me, start now. It's easier than you realize. First month or two are really hard and when you want to give up thinking it won't ever get easier but it does. Appreciating my granny's love for me when she was alive. I miss you. My first grandparent died when I was 8. I never really got much of a chance to know them. It's the other 3 that all passed away in a short time after I graduated from college that hurts the most. Drinking water instead of other soda. Being honest with the people around me, and not lying to myself about who I am. Same. I've started doing this lately over the last few months or so, and even though it can be hard or even scary at times, it's made me feel so much more wholesome and happy about being myself and living my life. 100% would recommend to anyone. Swimming. A good few years ago, I lost over 125 pounds through dieting and going to the gym. For the past 2 years I have plateaued at around 210 pounds and just couldn't shift the last 20 pounds that I really need to. About a month ago I started swimming and it is doing so much more for me than the gym did. Maybe I just needed a change or something, but this is seriously working and I'm going to lose the rest by the end of 2019. Swimming is a wonderful thing for the body. Very low impact cardio, helps with large muscle group development, even helps with your posture. I love it. Appreciating that it's okay to stay at home if you enjoy indoor activities and staying at home. You don't have to go out all the time. Stopped smoking. I have asthma due to smoking now. Learn how to learn. I never had to learn for school. I was smart enough to get through school without it. However, it came back hard when I went to college. Getting up early and just doing what needs to be done in a day instead of putting it off forever. Update: I've been how I do this or how I got started. Honestly, I got started by getting up early for work. Slowly it became my new norm to get up at 7 a.m. on my days off. The getting things done part was trickier. I guess I started by doing small things like cleaning or doing errands right away. Like if I was washing clothes, I wouldn't let them sit in the dryer. I would take them out right away and hang them up. Eventually it just became a routine and part of my life. Quitting my old job to find something better. I'm a person of habit and I stayed there because it was stable and I was afraid of losing that if I tried to find another job. I dropped an application at another company with my years of experience listed right on the front. My phone blew up the next day. They wanted to hire me on the spot. Offered me double what I was currently making. I nearly had a heart attack. It's been almost a year now and I couldn't be happier. Edit. For those that are wondering what I do, I'm in automotive repair. I worked 15 years for a small business. It paid well, but the mental stress, that's a nice way of putting it, and lack of appreciation for the consistent quality I produced was what pushed me over the edge. I applied at a major company doing the same thing. They needed people with my knowledge and skill. One look at my resume and were instantly impressed. Now I work with good people, have good benefits, and no longer have to count my pennies. It's a great feeling. Edit 2. Thank you, kind Redditor, for the gold. Quit drinking. It's changed my life so much that it's crazy. I've lost 60 pounds, I have a job with a future, I moved to an amazing place where I ski all winter and mountain bike all summer. I actually have some people in my life that I care about and it's reciprocated. I'm genuinely happy for the first time in my adult life. Just hit 31 months without a drink. Eat well, invest in a decent retirement savings plan, spend time with family and friends. You'll never know if one of them disappears one day. Without a trace. Spending money on experiences rather than possessions. When my ex and I found out that we had infertility issues, we decided that our therapy would be spending our time and resources doing things that our friends who were parents constantly lamented missing out on. We spent the next 3 years traveling the world, visited 9 countries, 30 states, swam with dolphins, hiked rainforests and just overall took in as much of life as we could. What do you wish you started doing earlier? Leave a comment. And subscribe to this channel if you want to see more same videos.